Missed me? Did you miss me? Hey friend, it's your Bo the Doggo with a new intro and a new setup, and everything is new, and I'm fresh. You're also looking very fresh. I'm happy for you. You're looking good today. You should be proud of yourself. Anyhow, I've been gone for a while, and now I'm back. How long will I be back? I don't know. What do you mean by that? I don't know. Sorry. Yeah, I've been gone for a while. I had to take a long break, and I feel like I should probably be getting back. Slow but sure. And yeah, I wasn't sure what kind of video I wanted to start out with, so I thought I could as well just answer some questions from the Discord server, since we have the Q&A channel thingy. And I thought, like, can't be that many questions. Over 200 questions. On the other hand, more than half of them were asked by the three people of Pluto, Kai, and I'm sorry, Poyan Poika. Yuppie, isn't it Yuppie? I don't like the sound that it is making right now. Anyhow, I wanted to ask some questions today because I thought like getting back would be nice to just like have a chat and talk, and instead of just jumping into a new game video. So just have a nice little chat with you guys, talk with you and ask your questions, and yeah, with no further ado, let's start. Jesus Christ, I'm warm. Oh yeah, I want to add as well that I'm probably gonna skip most of Pluto's, Kai's, and Yuppie's questions. I mean, there were some funny questions, but they're mostly just joke questions, so we'll see what we do about that. Anyhow, the first question is actually from 17th of July last year, answering questions that were asked more than 6 months ago. Let's go. So the first one was from Wheelibon, asking, actual question, go! Who would be the best sacrifice for Lord Djungelskog? Or as we say in Sweden, Lord Djungelskog, vår befriare. I think Pluto would be the correct answer for this one, as me and 7 other people have already answered to this. Pluto is the one we're sacrificing. Coco asks, can you make hot dogs and call them hot doggos? I suppose. Or do you mean like another cooking with Bo? Cooking hot doggos? We'll see about that, maybe. GeneralBogi asks, if you are the new Swedish #1 YouTuber, how would you see yourself, the channel, and us followers / patrons / subscribers? And don't say that it is impossible, because I believe that you can overrun PewDiePie. I'm happy that you think so, because as you said here, I don't think I can. I think that's impossible. I mean, no one else has been able to overtake PewDiePie except from T-Series, but I'm not gonna make Indian music videos anytime soon. So to get there, I would have to make very different content from what I'm making now. So I'm actually scared of the thought of being that big and being that recognized. How would I think about me? I wouldn't think of me any different, I think, and I probably wouldn't think different of my followers. Though having 100 million followers compared to having 10,000 is a very big difference, and I don't know. I would just think of it as people in general. I don't know. Next question. Oh, General Bogi had the second question as well. As a kid, what job would you have wanted? I wanted to be an archaeologist or archaeologist. I wanted to dig up dinosaur skeletons when I was a kid. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to go out in the desert and dig and find dinosaur skeletons. That was my dream job when I was a kid. I also wanted to be an artist, not someone that draws, but like an idol, like a singer or a rock star. But I can't sing and I can't play an instrument. I just wanted to stand on stage with long hair and be like, yeah. Akumi asks, how does one acquire a life? Usually, I think you gotta grab those green mushrooms, but you can also join my Patreon, as stated by the emojis on your question. That join my Patreon, and you probably will gain At least one life. David Leo asks, how can we be sure about reality if we can only experience through our senses, but we know that they can be easily fooled? Are you asking if we are in a simulation? That's the beauty of life. We can't know if this is real life or not, and we just gotta do the best of it. I mean, if this is a simulation, live your life to the fullest. Don't feel embarrassed about things because nothing is real. I guess. I'm gonna live my life as I want to, is what I want to say. I have a lot of problems on my own, therefore I took a break. But anyhow, we might live in a simulation. I don't know, I don't think so, but if we do, what are we gonna do about it? So yeah, we can't be sure, is the answer to the question. REEON asks, when's the next video with REEON? We're doing the video now, you're right here. Congratulations. Philip Blias asks, which furry character that you've dated in one universe or another do you like more? Zenith or Amicus? Philip, you can't do this to me. You can't. No, I don't want to answer this. No, I don't want to make a choice. Fuck. Living with my hot dragon dad or my wolf boyfriend. Fuck. I mean, we have so much more character development with Amicus. We know so much more about Amicus than we know about Zenith. But Zenith won me over much quicker than Amicus did, so I'm still gonna go with Zenith, I think. I'm sorry to all Amicus fans out there. I do not say that your opinion is wrong. If you enjoy Amicus more than any other character in the whole universe, that's fine. Good on you. I'm just saying that I prefer Zenith more, and that has nothing to do with your taste in Zenith or Amicus or any other characters. Friends. Yeah, next question. Fly asks if I can merp. I don't know. Can I? And a picture of a cheese? Are you asking if I can do the circle noise? I don't know how that sounds, so no. Weave Bun, or is it Wee Evil Bun, asks, can you Dorime? Dorime. Interino agapare Dorime. Latiro. Something, I forgot. And that's where my video got copyright struck. Thank you. Coco asks, would you rather have calzone or a pizza? Are you saying that calzone is a pizza? I mean, to be fair, it doesn't have pineapple on, because that's an Hawaii. An Hawaii pizza. Or isn't the calzone a pizza? Is calzone something else? I'm confused now. Yeah, it's a food. Akumi asks, what's something you're embarrassed about, even to this very day? I try not to dwell on the past and think too much about things that happen, and I try to just move on and don't think about embarrassing stuff that happened. But no, I honestly can't think of anything. Sorry, other than just making these videos. That's pretty embarrassing. Philippe Blias asks, is there any other visual novel you're considering playing after Ad Astra? I've been very much thinking about doing Interia and Chemia. That's one of the reasons that I think I took a break, because I kind of almost burned myself out making videos and focusing on making all these visual novels videos. You know, when I did earlier before, when I made videos Getting Over It, I was more focusing on trying to make funny videos and doing funny stuff in editing and stuff. Doing the amorous videos, you know that many of those videos I do a lot of editing and shit in the videos. And that's why I find more fun with making videos, doing this editing stuff and making videos that I think are funny and letting my personality shine through. But doing the visual novel Ad Astra, the story was so there was such a good story that I started taking it more seriously. And I think it happened also during Great Troubles and I Promise. Winds of Change as well. I didn't want to ruin the story with over the top editing, so I had to take a step back and just let the story get told as it wants to be told. But in that sense, my video weren't any different from any other one who made visual novel content. So I think I put too much effort into making storytelling videos and then editing it and trying to make it once a week, and I just couldn't do it with the schedule I had, and I kind of almost burnt out from doing that. So I've been very hesitant about making more visual novel videos. But recently I've been kind of more and more open up to again, like getting back and do Interior and Chemia. Since those aren't finished, there won't be like 6 months of just those visual novels. But I also want to do the stories because I'm very curious about them, and I know a lot of people want me to make them. But so yeah, I think I will probably make those two, but I'm not sure if I will do any else after that, because I don't want to be a visual novel channel. I want to be a gaming channel. But what do you do? I will see. I have no plans to do anything after that, at least. It's what I'm trying to say. Oh yeah, Pluto asks, who is Chaser? Chaser is my roommate. Coco asks, would you rather have 2 toes or 3 fingers? So what you're asking is, would I rather cut off 3 toes or 2 fingers? I would probably go with the toes. I would rather have 2 toes. Because that means that I would have 5 fingers, right? Or 10? Are you talking about one hand, like, would I have like 2 fingers on one hand and 1 on the other? That's 3. Or would I have 3 in each hand? I would probably go with the toes still. I want all my fingers, thank you. David Leo asks, is death what brings sense to life? Now we get philosophical again. But yeah, I kind of think so, that life becomes more meaningful since there is death. It's finite. It won't go on forever. We have to like do the best we can with it. Try to live life to the fullest. So yeah, I think death is something we need to enjoy life. And that also segues me into another thought, that I don't want to out people in a video like this, but a friend of mine recently figured out that they are non-binary. That's actually really awesome. I'm really happy for them. And they'll be sending me pictures of like, oh look, I have like nail polish and stuff, and I'm kind of jealous of them in a way. I wish I had the courage when I was like around 20 to explore myself more and my sexuality and who I am and all that stuff. I feel like I kind of lost that, and I kind of got embarrassed about who I am and tried to just fit in with everyone else in society and at my workplace instead of trying to be unique and be myself. And I think that's kind of what I'm trying to get back during making these videos, that this is the only place in the world where I can feel like I am truly myself. This is who I am. And I think I'm using this channel to explore myself more and try to figure out who I am. And what I'm talking about this here is that I want to tell you, my friend. Yes, you are my friend. And I want you to know that, okay, I'm rambling. I want you to not feel embarrassed about trying to figure out who you are, because that's a big part of life. And as I said, life is finite, and it's important to like have the courage to discover who you are. If you are a man, if you are a woman, if you are non-binary, if you're homosexual, if you're bisexual, if you're heterosexual, whatever you are. I mean, it's important to like give yourself a chance to figure that out. Don't be embarrassed about what other people think about you, like I have been. And I kind of, yeah, and that has messed me up later. So all of you who are still young and trying to figure yourself out, keep doing that, because that's a big part of life, I think. So yeah, I encourage you to keep exploring yourself. Anyhow, next question by Flelo Sunnyrain. Have you ever considered skateboarding? I did get a longboard, like, okay, that was probably 10 years ago, and I still have it in my hallway. But I do have a longboard, and I was like, when I got it, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna start doing longboarding, and then I will do skateboarding, because skateboarding is cool. And I think I stood on this longboard like 2 times, and then I never used it again. But yeah, I think that it's not that cool that when a like 32-year-old stands on a skateboard for the first time and be like, I feel like I would be like that meme, like, hello fellow kids. That would be me if I started trying to do skateboarding. So yeah. Kai asks, How would you handle breakups? For those who don't know, me and Chaser have broken up. Yay! So I'm single. Nice. And how did I handle that? I handled it very civilized, I think, and we talked about it and we decided it together, and we're still living with each other. But that's why the setup is different, because I have put my main computer in this room where I usually was recording before. So this room is different. I'm trying to make it more like my room instead of just an extra room. So yeah, videos in the future gonna be have a different background than I used to. That was also one of the reasons why I took the break. Stressing over YouTube, over my new work, over the breakup and all that, and Christmas, and yeah, it was a lot. Coco asks, what's your favorite kind of skating? I didn't know there were different kinds of skatings, but the skating in Evergreen, Man with the Mission, their music video, that's pretty cool. And here, YOLO Hipster asks, can you play the Adventure Time theme? I don't know, will my video get copyright claimed? What if I play it like really fast for you? There you go. You're welcome. Weevilbun asks, what's your favorite piece of cheese? If you don't play, then say the queen. Oh, wait, chess, my favorite... My favorite piece in chess. Oh, I'll say the queen. Because she's cool, because she can do most of the stuff. Also, she's the fucking queen. Coco asks, what's your favorite meme or song? Whichever is easier to answer. I was thinking about this, like, I know I've answered these questions a lot of times, like, which is a favorite meme, Bo? And I honestly think that is actually Cheems. Like the Cheems, the memes considered like have Cheems in them. I think those are really, really, really funny. I love Cheems. It's also because Cheems is my favorite breed of dogs, the Shiba Inu. So looks so goofy. And I can't really say what my favorite song is. I don't really have a favorite song. I have many favorite songs. But like I said before, Evergreen by Man with a Mission is top-notch music, and I love the music video, and yeah, that's one of my favorite songs. David Leo asks, Malmö or Stockholm? I have more friends in Malmö, so I would say, and I live closer to Malmö, so I would say Malmö for that reason. Though Stockholm is the capital and it's bigger than Malmö, and I've lived in both cities. But I would say Malmö over Stockholm. Kai asks, Lex or Neferu? I'm going with Neferu on that one. Yep, that's one, that's Neferu. Would you ask Neferu or Zenith? It would be Zenith, but Lex and Neferu? Say Neferu. Mjölksaft asks, Mjölk? What he's asking here is just milk, but he spelled it very weirdly. And his name, Mjölksaft, literally translates in Swedish to milk juice. Do with that as you wish. Akumi asks, British? Ain't it, mate? What did Pluto ask here? Shimese tekiwa dokoderu. Anata no bedu no shita. How do I convince my mom to let me pierce my nose, let alone my ear? I think this is something a lot of kids go through, or teenagers, and they want to get like tattoos or piercings and that stuff. And I'm sorry to say, but I think you have to wait to do that until you're 18. I know how it is like to be like 15, 14, 16 there, and like, I want piercings, I want this, I want this. And then when I turned 20, I was like, ooh, I'm happy I didn't get those. If you turn 18 and you still want them, go get them, Tiger. I think you should get them then, but at least wait until you are like 18. And I know, like, if you're, for say, you're 15 and you think like, oh, I gotta wait until I'm 18, that is like 3 years. Those 3 years are gonna go so fast, trust me. Don't worry, you'll get there. And when you get those piercings, you're gonna have them for the rest of your lives. So no rush with it. Listen to your mom, at least until you're 18. Oh, I kind of like this one. This is Pluto, by the way. If artificial intelligence becomes self-aware, would you consider it being alive? I would, yeah. I mean, if it can think for itself and make its own decision, and If it has feelings, if it can feel... Does bugs feel? Bugs are alive. Bacteria are alive. Do they feel? Like a virus isn't alive, because a virus is a thing, it's not self-aware. But the bacteria isn't self-aware either, but that's life. So I suppose, yeah, I mean, even if it's artificial, it would still be alive if it's self-aware, I think. Yeah. Natani asks, people have predicted that the world is going to break down in the apocalypse in 2040. What would you do in that situation? I'm gonna be 50 by that year. I don't know. I would just kind of, I think, go with the flow and do what's best. And I mean, we live in a society, so... Okay, Fly asks, why are you a furry? Deep question. Deep.
Why are you
A furry.
Who says I'm
A furry.
You are
A furry.
I was just drawn to, like, the fandom. And, like... cute animal people. I guess I watched too much Disney when I was a kid. Too much cartoon animals, and I liked them, and I wanted to draw my own cartoon animals, and there were other people doing this, and they had their own, like, fursonas, and that was cool. I also wanted a fursona, because that seemed really cool to have, like, your own character, and suddenly I had a fursuit, and I consider myself a furry, and all my friends are furries, and yeah. Who is one of your favorite furry artists? Asks Pluto. Lundy is one. Lundy does very cool stuff. Pato is a cool one. There are a lot, but I don't think I have like a favorite furry artist. I don't really consume art the same way I used to before. Like before, I always went to like for Affinity, and I just scrolled and checked all my notification and all my followers, everyone I was following, and all their submissions were like, "Wow, we're gonna like this! Wow, this is so cool!" But today I'm like, there's so much furry art going on all the time from so many artists that I feel like I can't have like one favorite, because there are so many talented artists out there. But yeah, Lundy and Pato are two I like. Wilbur asks, am I cool? Depends. Are you Patreon? No. Now I have a new tier on my Patreon. $2 tier called Cool Doggos. And if you join my Patreon and join the Cool Doggos tier, you are definitely cool. REEON asks, why am I so funny? What can I say? You learn from the best. Oh, and then Weevilbun asks, can Patreon always be the answer? Yes, Patreon can always be the answer. It doesn't always have to be the answer, but it can always be the answer. Kai asks, will Pets Play ever return? Mr. OG fan here. No. For those who don't know, Pets Play was what we called when I started doing YouTube. Instead of calling it Let's Plays, I call it Pets Plays. Because I'm a dog, and Bibi was a dog, and Chase was a dog, and we played games, and we were pets, so we play, and yeah. Then we called it Pets Play, but then I just stopped doing that. Hi everybody! Welcome to Pets Play. Has my lotion been here all the time? Let's put Spyro here instead. Here we go. Oh yeah, I got a custom-made controller. Very nice. GeneralBogi asks, if you can exchange one strength of yourself to make a weakness of yourself better, what would it be? That is saying that I have any weaknesses. I mean, I don't have any weaknesses. But let's play with the thought that I have a weakness. What are my strengths? Maybe I would trade some of my physical strength. I consider myself kind of strong, so maybe I would do my physical strength for like my self-confidence, I think, because my self-confidence is very low. FYI. Dimitri the Matcha Fox asks, if you could date anyone from all of the furry vision novels that you played, who would it be and why? I mean, I would date Zenith, because he's hot and he's kind and he's cute and I love him so much and he's just the best, and I think he would be a great boyfriend to have. He's kind, he's protective, he's hot. he's a dragon. He has a soft side to it. He is like super, super kind and caring. So yeah, I think he's the perfect man. And that's why I would date him. But second from him, I would probably date Amicus. So there you have it. I would if I can't date Zenith, I would date Amicus. Okay, are we done with this? Akumi asks, what's one of your biggest dreams? That's considering I have dreams. A long time ago, I kind of lost track of not lost track, but I think I stopped dreaming or thinking about the future, and I was just like focusing on the now. And I've been kind of stuck in that. But one of my biggest dreams is probably to buy a house. I think that would be have a family and have a house. If that family means a husband and a dog, or a wife and kids, I don't know. But some kind of my own family and a house. I think that would be cool. Yeah, that's probably my biggest dream. David Leo asks, are you planning on doing streams more frequently? I'm not planning on, but seeing how this setup looks now, it looks almost like a streamer setup. So, and I've been thinking about it, like it would be kind of fun to stream, but I'm also terrified of streaming because I can't. Everything is live and I can't edit it, what I'm doing, and what you see is what you get, and I feel like I'm not enough. I won't be funny or enough or engaging enough, and people don't want to watch me, and I be like, oh, I need to play in fursuit, or should I play without fursuit, and will people even watch me? Maybe people don't want to watch me. There's so much insecurity about this all that I'm... And like, would I stream on Twitch? I have a Twitch. It's twitch.tv/BowDoggo1 because BowDoggo was taken for some reason. I don't know. I am very insecure about that, but I kind of want to try it sometime. Also, as you know, friends, all of you know that most of you are Americans, and that means that I would probably have to stream during the evenings for me, or night, like very late my time, to get to stream for you early. So I don't know. But, you know, I haven't tried it. It was a very long time since I streamed. So maybe it would be cool. But keep your eyes out. Maybe I will stream. I've been thinking about it. Akumi asks, why is Sweden? What you should ask is, why isn't Norway and Denmark Sweden? David Leo asks, what does Chase think about the boys calling you cute on the server? Wait, who were the boys? Were the boys the patrons? Did we say that the patrons were the boys? I forgot. But what does he say about that? I don't think he ever said anything about that. He's being like, yeah, cool that you have your audience. That's fun. Haha. Nathan Dragon asks, why does Pluto come up with all these weird and ridiculous Q&A questions all the time? I don't know. I think he has a problem with his brain, but I'm not sure. Don't harass him. Only I can harass Pluto. REEON asks, who's REEON? And that's easy. REEON is my Minecraft pig. The only REEON there is. Natani asks, who's Romano? I've heard he's a real handsome fella. Who is Romano? I don't know. I don't know who Romano is. Wait, is it someone from these? From Great Troubles? Is this Romano? No, this is Romano. Romano was the guy who took the pictures in the Great Troubles. Right. Hey, my name is Romano. What's yours? I'm Scott. That's your answer. Romano is the guy who took the photos in the Great Troubles. REEON asks why he is so awesome. And like with Pluto, I think there's something wrong with his head. Akumi asks, have you ever had other sonas apart from Bow? If so, what were they? I can't believe that you don't know about Andy, my old persona. Andy used to be... I think I answered this in another Q&A. Andy was my first persona. It was a green dragon with like red horns and yellow eyes. And I was like, wow, this was like the first furry character I drew. I just used him as my avatar on DeviantArt. I didn't think of him like a representation of myself. It was just like I wanted something as my avatar that I drew. So I just took that. like that picture, put it as my avatar. And later I started to draw that character more, and when I found out that people had like personas or like characters that represented themselves, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna use this character as my persona, and I'm gonna name him Andy. And yeah, he was my persona for a very long time until I decided that I wanted to like redesign him. Like, I want the Andy that I want, that is designed from my personality and who I feel like I am. And I designed this Dalmatian instead. That was a happy-go-lucky, no care in the world Dalmatian. And that was also how I first suited as him, because he was my first fursuit, a partial. And I was always like very energetic and happy and well, yeah, go lucky, like one of those kids you always enjoy hanging out with. So yeah, but then I started to not feel so good anymore and didn't want to didn't feel like I could act like this happy person anymore, and I created Bo instead, which was supposed to be a more down to earth, grudgy, more like angry character who was like done with the world and was like getting piercings and stuff, and like, yeah, fuck you, I hate everything, I listen to like heavy metal and hip hop because I'm cool. But Bo has turned out to be more me, so Bo is a very good representation of who I am today, rather than who I wanted to be, so to speak. So but yeah, but Andy was my old persona. I only had Andy before. He used to be a dragon, then he became a Dalmatian, and now I have Bo. Yeah. And with that, you can know, friend, you remember that this is for all of you friends, that persona can be whatever you want it to be, and it's okay to switch persona, do another one. There are no rules to like what a persona can be like. Personally, I think that species that are locked and like, oh, you can only use this species for this, like these species have to be like this certain way, and I think that is bullshit. It should be fine for anyone to make their persona as they want to. Do your persona just as you want and feel free to change it as many times as you want. Have multiple personas if you want, that's fine. There are no rules. So yeah, I just want everyone to be clear with that. Because I've had people asking me like, is it okay if I change my persona? Can my persona look like this? And like, I thought personas should be looking like this. No, it's up to you how you want your persona to look like. If you want an edgy, red-haired black wolf with the big swords and stuff, or you want a sparkle cat with like glitter and stars and shit, or you want a shark girl, a shark boy, that's up to you. You do whatever you want. Or if you just want Spyro, but he's colored orange instead. That also works. Nate. Rascal asks, you got calculators on phone? And that reminds me of a thing Bubble asked me, like a while back. He asked me, like, what was the biggest lie school ever told you? And I was stone cold just that I would never have a calculator in my pocket. That's something they said in school all the time for us 90s kids.
You will never have a calculator in your pocket all the time.
I have the internet in my pocket at all time. Take that, Therese, my math teacher. Nathan asked if he can have hugs. Of course. Anyone can have hugs. Just get over here. You can have, of course you can have hugs. There, I can't really reach, but imagine that this is you getting a hug. All of you. You are all my friends, and you deserve all the hugs you can have. So if you ever see me on a con, just come up, say hi, I love your videos, or no, you don't say that. I mean, say hi, Bo. I've seen you on the videos. Can I have a hug? And I'm like, sure, of course, come here, and I'll give you a hug. And like, yeah, yeah. So just yeah. And if I look busy, just be polite and like pat me on the shoulder or something, and like, hi, Bo. Can I have a selfie? Can I have a hug? And I will always be up for it. Yeah. Pancakes asks, when you were getting into YouTube, who were your biggest inspirations that led you to be a content creator? I would say it was probably mostly Markiplier, because I've always wanted to do like videos and stuff, but I wasn't sure how, and I was like afraid that I would no one would watch me, that I wouldn't succeed, like I would only make shit videos that no one would want, and I would just get bullied off the platform and stuff. But the way like I saw how Markiplier had like an impact on people, and they made like fan content for him, they made animations for him, and they made videos where they like told him how much his content made for them, or meant for them, and like how thankful they were that he made the content. That was so powerful that I wanted to do that same thing. I didn't want, like, don't get me wrong, I didn't want like, oh, I want people to make content for me and I want to be famous. It was more the thing that I want to be a person that can like give people that someone that people can look up to and feel some kind of like comfort in, and like having a friend online, like someone you never can really talk to, but he's always there and you can be friends with him and he can help you through tough times because he brings positivity and stuff. And I was like, I want to be a person like that. I want to be there for people and make content that people can be happy from. And it's very cheesy, I know, but that is genuinely what was my biggest inspiration, and still am. So when people tell me, like when I get like DMs and people like, hey Bo, I love your videos, it means a lot, you always cheer me up and I'm always happy to watch them. So yeah, and that's something that I feel like Markiplier especially has done for people, and that was a big inspiration for me. So yeah. GeneralBogi asks, from a scale from 1 to 10, how annoying is Pluto to you? 6.9. Nice. REEON asks, how long would I last in Squid Game? Probably you would get 3 steps into the first game, I think. Approximately. Okay, Yuppie. I think this is Yuppie. Poyan Poika. I think it's Yuppie. I'm sorry, Yuppie, if I'm thinking this is you and it's someone else. But he asks, what is your favorite ice cream flavor? And my favorite ice cream flavor is chocolate. I also like vanilla, but chocolate is my favorite. Chocolate is my favorite of everything. R3 asks, do you have depression? I don't think so. Maybe a little bit, like... I think my problems are not really depression per se, but it's more other stuff. I'm seeing a therapist once a week, and I've been doing so for 2 months now. And yeah, we are going deep. We are getting somewhere. That's cool. So if you feel depressed, any one of you, I definitely recommend seeing a therapist, because as I've thought, like, oh, I don't want to go to see a therapist because I'm just a waste of time for the therapist. I'm just a waste of space. No one wants to talk to me. My problems aren't that severe. There are people that have more problems than I do. That's bullshit. You have problems. Or that's what I'm. Your problems are real. If you have problems, they are real. If they're real to you, that's what's important. I mean, people can be sad for like the living situation. They can be heartbroken, school problems, work, and anything. And if the problem is real for you, then it's a real problem, and the therapist will actually listen to you and do what they can to make you feel better, or like help you get through what's going on. And so yeah, I don't think that I am depressed, though I think I have been in the past. A couple of years ago, I think I was pretty depressed, and I think it's more how like depression changed me more than me being actively depressed. So I think I have I've learned that I have very, very much sadness and anger and emotions deep inside me that I've been piling up inside, and that's why I go around most of the days and just feel sad. And yeah, me and my therapist are trying to help me open up those feelings, but we realize that I don't trust anyone. I almost don't trust myself either, and therefore I have like barriers over these emotions, and I won't let them come out for anyone, not even myself almost. So I don't think I'm depressed. I just have a very very much emotions that I need to take care of. Yeah. And then there's like anxiety and shit as well, but that's so yeah, I'm not depressed. I just have anxiety issues and the emotions that I can't find the word for what it's called. But I have a lot of emotions that I'm not taking care of over the years. I'm a mess. Okay, I'm gonna try this. Can you pronounce and then all of this in less than 3 attempts? Sonderkraftsvergesog 2344 mit 7.5 centimeters Panzerbewehrkanonenwagen. Sonderkraftfahrzeug Panzerbewehrkanonenwagen. Perfect. That's perfect pronunciation. Oh. Did I like school? Asks Kai. No. I hated school. When I was young and I went to school, I thought of it as a prison. I despised school. School was the worst thing I knew when I was growing up, and I hated it with a passion. I'm still happy now that I went through school, and I did it because I did learn stuff, and I learned English mostly from school. I wouldn't say I was bad at school. I think it has more with me having like a concentration problem, and I couldn't stay concentrated on like when the teacher was talking and we were doing things, and like I was doing everything else than what you should do on a lesson or like in school, and I just hated it because I had so much homework every day. So no, I did not like school. Sisu asks, if you could live anywhere in the world except where you currently are, where would it be? I hate this. I only want to live in Sweden. I love Sweden so much. Free healthcare, let's go. Fuck. If I would have to live anywhere else, I don't want to say Denmark or Norway. So not Finland either. Not Germany. Probably like England, I think. Because then I could speak English. I wouldn't have to learn a new language. That is kind of what I'm thinking. Like, I want to live somewhere that I speak English, and I don't want to live in the US. Okay. Oh yeah, Kai asked if the patrons are considered VIP doggos. Have you started to call yourself doggos? Let me know in the comments. What do you want to be called as fans? Like, have you had like a name for yourself that you like calling yourself doggos? Because doggos right now are my patrons. And the cool doggos are the 2-tier patrons. R3 asks, does Nefero pass on in the series? I don't know if I can watch if it does. I will be the saddest boyo. No, he doesn't. The series that takes place after Ad Astra is called Chemia and is about Nefero. I think Nefero is like the main character. Like, it's not from Nefero's perspective, but I think Nefero is the main character, like Ampyx is the main character, sort of, in Ad Astra, I think. Nate asks, since the Ad Astra series are over, for now, who is your most favorite character, and what was your favorite moment / part of the game? I think Nefero is still my favorite character, but don't get me wrong, I love Ampyx so much, but I just think that Nefero was a more interesting character. I think Nefero had more layers and more going on, and he was a more interesting character, while Ampyx was like, I'm just pure good. I'm just a pure-hearted, good, best wolf boyfriend that you could ever ask for. Well, Nefero was like, he was good, but he was also a bit mischievous, and he had like problems with his family, and he had a lot going on, and he was kind of a spy, and it's like so much more going on with Nefero that it made him so much cooler than Ampyx, who was just like I said, the best boy you can have. There was nothing wrong with Ampyx. He was perfect, and that's why I prefer Nefero more than Ampyx, because Nefero is far from perfect. I like my damage goods, okay. But my favorite part of the game is still probably, I just said the end of this. I'm not gonna spoil more. If you watch the series, you know it's the very emotional scene. That's my favorite one. Holy crap, after I recorded that, I had to go lie down and I was just shaking because I had so much emotions from like voice acting the characters in that scene. And I think that was my favorite scene. Also, I was hanging out with a bunch of friends the other day who I had no idea knew what Ad Astra was, and suddenly we just started talking about Ad Astra and Amicus and how sad and how we all cried with that episode. They hadn't watched my playthrough, they watched someone else play it, or they played it themselves. But we all knew what this moment was and was just talking about how much we cried for it. So, good job, Hasp. No, Hasp were the artist. I forgot his name. Howl? Good job, Howl, for writing that. Bandit asks, why you so slow? Oh, okay, wait, I have to do this. Okay, Pluto asks, if you had to use 3 words to describe me, what would they be? Mine for you would be radical, söt, and really huggable. And söt is Swedish for sweet or cute. That's sweet. My three annoying, Chinese, weeb. There you go. No, I think I would say like funny, friendly, and Chinese. Puncax asks, would you ever consider playing Outer Wilds? I would love to watch a dog fly in outer space XD. I think you already seen my favorite games video where I talk about that Outer Wilds is one of my favorite games. So I already played it and I won't play it on the channel, sorry. But you probably already know that. Feel free to give me suggestions for other games, like Outer Wilds or any other games you want me to play, and because maybe I haven't played it and I'm looking for games to play. Puncax also asks, do you like jazz? I like jazz, I do. I think it's nice to have on, like if I go to like a cafe and they play jazz, I think it's very soothing to sit there and like, oh yeah, the jazzy tunes, and or like we're having a dinner and like jazz music in the back. But it's not something that I would sit down by my computer, put on my headphones and just play on some jazz. But I do like jazz, I think. I would say so, yeah. Like as background music when you're like with friends or something. Oh no, R3 asks, why do I want to unalive? I don't know, man. That is something I think if you feel that way, you should definitely go talk to a therapist, because that is something serious. But I can kind of relate to it. I've also feel I never felt suicidal, but I have the feeling like if I would die tomorrow, I wouldn't really care. Like if I would just disappear, I don't care really. Like losing like the will to be alive, but not the will to die. Sorry for the heavy topic, but I think this is something you should really talk to someone. If you feel that, if you or any of you others, all my friends, please, if you feel like you want to unalive, please find someone to talk to. If it's online, and I'm talking about the professionals. Seek professional help, because that is very serious. And there are like suicide hotlines and stuff where you can talk to people, because it will feel better in time. I'm not qualified to talk about this stuff, but I mean, there are people that are, and you should definitely seek them out if you feel this way. I'm sorry if you feel that way, and all my best wishes goes out for you. Okay, Bubbles/Calic or Calic. Bubbles asks, how do I get rid of the skinwalkers? God, please, there's so many of them. I still haven't forgiven you for showing me that fucking video, Bubbles. The Mandalo tapes effect thing. Fuck. I hate that so much. That was just going straight into my fears. Like, when people ask me what my fears are, I've usually been like, oh, I don't know. I dislike spiders, maybe. I'm maybe afraid of what lurks in the dark. But that fucking video, that was like, okay, this is what I fear. This is my fears. Yeah, I hate this. Thank you. Pluto asks, are you from Sweden? Because you're pretty sweet. Natani asks, why are Pluto's jokes not so funny? Because there's something wrong with his head. Weevilbun asks, what got you into drawing? I always drew like when I was a child. I just enjoyed like drawing. I was just watching TV and drew all the time, and like it was something in me that like this creativity. I just wanted to draw all the time. But then I stopped. Hammer time. When I got my first Xbox, I think, and I started to play video games more. Or maybe it was even when we got our first computer and I started to play computer games instead, and that was like, this is so much more fun than drawing. I also stopped drawing because I was like, I want to draw, but I don't know what to draw. And it made me stop drawing at all because I never knew what to draw. But then I found a furry fandom and I was like, I can draw furry characters, that's cool. I can draw like wolves and dragons and with like human bodies, and I can draw them for myself, and that was so cool, and that's what got me into drawing again. The second time. Satheros asks, ever played FNAF? Yes, I've played FNAF 2 a little bit, and I do have the FNAF VR game, and I started playing the first one, and that was terrifying shit, and I actually screamed and almost got a heart attack, so I haven't played after that. Let me know in the comments if you want me to play it on the channel. Akumi asks, what's been your favorite thing to do on the channel? Wow, that's a good question. My favorite thing? Honestly, I kind of like doing like these Q&A videos. I know they're not maybe so fun to watch, and some people ask like, why are you doing all these Q&A videos? But I find it really fun to do this because I can interact with you in a way that is still heavily edited and not like a live thing. But doing the live stream I did like a good while back was also really fun. But the most fun I've done is probably my drunk Overwatch video, I think. So my drunk videos has probably been the most fun, I think. Yeah, the drunk videos. But it's also really fun to play with my patrons, like the hangout videos. Yeah, the hangouts are probably the funnest. But if you can say that the hangouts are from doing the YouTube thing and on the channel that led to the hangouts, that's the best part. Or you mean what's my favorite thing to do on the channel? Oh yeah, that would be the drunk videos. Jesod Arts asks, how did you become more engaged into the furry community? Don't know, I was hanging out on like Fur Affinity and putting up art there, and then I started hanging out, like I found a Swedish furry forum and I started to talk to people over there. Then I started to go to cons, like furry conventions. I don't know, it's really like slow and steady, just doing more and more in the community, and then I started my YouTube channel and somewhat recognized. Not really, but still. Oh, Kai asked if I love you. I love all of you. You are my friends. All of you watching this video, you are my friend. And I love you. Really. Thank you for being here. Truly. Flelo Sunny asks, can you play the piano? No. I'm always so impressed with people who can play piano. I think that's something I would have liked to be able to do, but I don't have like the ears for doing like musical stuff. I can't. I'm just bad at it. But I guess it's something you can teach yourself to do, and I don't have the time or energy to do so. So no. What perfume / cologne do you usually use? I don't really use any of those. I'm just a musky husky. Though I did get like a long time ago. I bought like Playboy perfume that was like Playboy New York, I think it was called, and it smelled nice. And I thought, oh, I'm gonna get this. And I thought like, okay, I can use this until I've used it up, and I can get a new one. And I don't think I've even a fifth through that bottle, and that was probably 15 years ago. So I don't really use perfume. I don't want to try to smell like something I'm not. I want to smell like me, because I want to be true. Why would you want to smell like someone else when you can smell like you? Huh? Though there are some people that should use perfume. They're saying. David Leo asks, do you like dancing any rhythm in particular? When I dance, I like... No, I mostly just flail my arms and jump around and think that's really cool. Easy melodies stuff. Like EMD music. Not really into like salsa and that kind of Zumba and all those kind of music. No more Western EMD music I like to dance to. Okay, David Leo asks, if you had to define yourself in a couple of words, what would they be? in a sentence, or like with just a couple of words? Broken but unselfish, or something. That would probably be me. Broken but yet unselfish. Sisu asks, where are your videos at, Bo? Oh, so now we're getting to the break part. I'm on a break when you ask this. Now I'm hopefully back. Oh, Pluto asks, why do some people call you Bobby? Is that Bo's full name? Pluto, those people are you. You are the one calling me Bobby. Bobby, nay! No, that is not Bo's full name. His full name is Bo. David Leo asks, do you consider yourself a good singer? And what kind of music do you like? I like anime music and Japanese rock, alternative music, fast music. Man with a mission. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Are two bands you can check out that I like a lot. And I would not consider myself a good singer. I'm horrible. I can't sing. No. Oh, and Nate asks, am I that bad at Halo, Bo? You're okay. You're fine. Larger Smith asks, how are you really? I think I answered that in this video already, but I'm doing better than I've had in a while. I'm not doing great, but I'm doing better, and I'm getting there. I'm seeing a therapist once a week. We're getting through stuff. I think I'm getting more confident in certain parts of my life and myself, so I'm getting there. Things are still shit though. Bo bought bread? Yeah, that makes me think of the thumbnails of my I am bread videos. Pancakes asks, is water wet? Boring question. New, exciting and burning topic. Is lava wet? Now, I mean, how would we define it wet? What does it mean to be wet? Is slime wet? Is it when like it sticks to you even though it removes, it has like some kind of like particles left on you? Then lava is probably wet. I mean, if you're gonna stick your hand, I mean, it's gonna burn off, but let's say we can like put something into lava, would there still be lava left on it? Would it like stick to it? It probably will. Then I would say that lava is wet, yeah. Ugly Man asks, what do you look like after 5 hours in a fursuit? About the same as I did when I put the fursuit on 5 hours ago, just a lot more sweaty. Sisu asks, have you done the 3 a.m. fursuit challenge? I've never heard of that, so let me know what that is, and maybe I can do that. David Leo asks, at what time do you usually go to bed? Weekends, somewhere between 1 and 5. But like work days, I usually try to get to bed at midnight. As I should get to bed earlier, but it usually gets around midnight. And Yuppie asks, how many kilometers or how long does it take for you to go to the nearest IKEA? I have 5 hours to mine IKEA. Oh no, mine is 50 minutes away, and I think the other IKEA is like an hour away. I live between two IKEAs. Natani asks, can we pretend that airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars? Asmodeus asks, what, can you really use a wish right now? A wish right now? A wish right now? No! Is that even a question? Akumi asks, what is the best thing you ever done? Maybe the best thing is that I started talking to Chaser. Because a lot of things have happened from that. Yeah, my life would have been very different if I didn't. No, wait. The best thing is that I registered on that Swedish furry forum back in 2010? No, 2011. Like September 2011. I registered on a furry forum called Sveafur. And that's from there I met most of my friends I have today. And I met Chaser through there. And through Chaser I got the job I have today. I think that's also how I met like Shads. And Shads was the person who got me into making, like, gave me the last push to make YouTube videos. So I think it all goes down to like that I joined that Swedish furry forum. Yeah. Oh, and we have to answer this. Pluto asks, who is your favorite Sailor Moon character and why? And what can I say? It's Sailor Venus, just because of this meme. I love this meme so much. This is one of my favorite memes. I won't die. I love it so much. Spoilers for Sailor Moon. I think I haven't seen it, but I love that meme. So Sailor Venus is my favorite. Okay. That was all questions. It took almost 2 hours to go through all of them. And I think the video is probably like they usually do, become like an hour long. So thank you for watching if you watched through the whole thing. More content should come out in the near future, I hope. Still thinking about how I will do like visual novels and stuff, and if I will do that, and maybe streams. I'm kind of curious about streams, so I will probably stream like games like Halo or Overwatch or something, just see how it goes. But apart from that, yeah, again, thank you for watching and keep doing these questions here. But as you see, if you put in too many questions, you probably will be skipped over, so keep that in mind. Remember to check out my other content and stay tuned if there are live streams and stuff. And yeah, I love you guys. You're awesome, so stay awesome, guys. Bye! What's behind door number 1? This room is a mess.